Alrighty. Alright, hello everyone. This is a cast of the CEP Playday 1. We just got done with the Premier League actually, but because of some delays and people not streaming, we weren't able to really cast it. And so here we are, back on track. Should be able to cast this. This will be Group 1 out of 3. So we have one more group after this. And I don't remember the name of this map actually.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So yeah. Oh wait, I think it was called Simple. I can't remember actually. Pretty sure it's called Simple, and it's by Awas. So I would say out of the 3 maps, this map pack, this would be the hardest to drive. Um, has this really awkward ending, kind of like a CSB transition ending, and you have to hit it just right, otherwise you will slow down or you will crash. So it's very critical that you hit it right. So it'll be interesting to see how many people actually crash that. We're just warming up right now, so we should be starting in around 5 minutes, I think. That's the intended start time. I don't know who's driving for each team, so I'm just gonna wait until the race starts. And I don't know what teams are in the group because they don't have a spread out group seat. They just have all these teams in a group on the website.
No, you can read it there.
Yeah, but is it just the next 8 teams after Premier League, or is it
No,
just like
it's
random?
actually groups. But I don't have the website at the moment.
Oh, I have it, but
You can see it behind the name of the
after the
team.
Premier, yeah, after the Premier League though, it shows like 11 teams
Yeah,
or
and they
12.
said which group they are in.
Really?
Yeah, after the team name.
All right, hold on. Check. Oh, okay, so this will be Open League 1 actually. So in Open League 1 we have Smurfs CEP, Onion Heads, Bob, which I think stands for Babies on Board or something like that. I can't remember actually. 7 Years, Twister Eagles 2, and Drift Nation. So those are the 8 teams driving this race.
And no, I will not play today. Nope. No.
Um, so yeah, I don't know how well teams are trained because I haven't seen the Deadies myself, so I'm just gonna guess that Gar Smurf, Optimal. Optimal's a good player. I expect him to do well in this race. We also have a couple people who are new to ESL, like Cheese. He's never played ESL before, so this is his first tournament. Be interesting to see how he does. We have some old school players as well driving. Shax and Kamikaze, two Australians, so really early in the morning for them. So they will be driving Nation, and it'll be interesting to see how they drive because it's super early. So they're probably tired, and I'm not sure how well trained they are actually. So yeah, we're just warming up still, waiting for the race to begin. Do we only have 6 groups in this? Or is it 8?
Well, I think you know it
I
better.
think, okay, yeah, I think it's 6. Because there was 12 teams, so they split them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting still. One player I do know that is really well trained is Yakuzi. I was training with him the other day actually, and he was really good actually. Did crash. Drove some really solid times as well. So I think he can surprise people actually.
Yeah, I don't know which team is the best in here.
Yeah, I think this is a really open group. I think that the most trained teams will win this race. It doesn't necessarily have to be the most skilled player,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, this is the hardest map for sure. I expect to see a lot of mistakes. This map is a map I would expect to see more in a grand final rather than first map pack, but here it is. And it's also the longest map, so it's going to be a longer race than the first one. I would say it's going to be around 25, 26 minutes after it's all said and done. We're just waiting for a few players to join the server and then we should be starting. I think we're waiting on 1 or 2 people. Our hack says we start in 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes we will get underway into Open Premier League 1. One more minute until we start.
Yeah,
Still
wish we
missing some
could
players.
see CPs.
Yeah, that's the only thing that really sucks for the viewers is we don't have CPs and we don't have positions, so we have to manually go to the player to see the positions and see on the scoreboard. So it makes it really hard to cast this, but I'm gonna try my best anyways. But yeah, that will affect how I can spectate the race and call out the fights going on. I think 7 years is missing a player. I see Yukuzi driving,
But they got one,
and
right?
let me see actually.
I think Rex.
Yeah, Rex was in the server.
Yeah.
I don't see him anymore. And I don't see Supti's teammates. I don't know who his teammates are.
Yeah.
We're probably going to be missing some drivers here. And we are about to start. Good luck, have fun to everybody.
Indeed.
So this is ESL CEP Canyon Endurance Premiership Playday 1. This is the Open League 1 on the map made by Awask called Simple. But it's not really simple. So driving, we have Yakuzi from 7 Years, Gara Smurf from the Smurfs team, TXT from Bob, Iconex from TWE, Vinny Smurf, Subtimal, Cheese. Ooh, okay. Yakuzi failed the first turn actually. He went way too inside, and he actually clipped the ledge and he flew off. But he's still on his wheels, so he's able to keep going, but he's in last place. In the lead, we actually have Sora from TWE. Sora is actually a really good player. He's old school from what I remember, so he can be really good. Let's see how well he does in this race. Going into this tunnel area, we have Gara right next to him actually, fighting for the first position. Up right behind them, we have Suptimal and Vinny Smurf. Ooh, Supti just failed the uphill. Went a little too wide on the uphill and he crashed. But he's still up there. He's in 5th currently. But he's getting passed by Kamikaze and Cheese. Let's see in the back. Right behind them, we have Shax from Driftin'. And then Yukuzi, he's in 9th now. So he's passed iConnex and Eric Smurf. Oh, actually no, Eric's not driving. So we just have 10 people driving actually. Kind of unfortunate. Not a full group, but it was what we have. In the lead we have Gara. Into this U-turn here, you want to make sure that you have enough speed. Otherwise you will clip that and you will fly off. But yeah. In second we have Sora still. About 1.5 seconds I would say. From Gara. Both in the uphill now. Ooh, Sora was really close there. Went over the border actually. He's pretty lucky he didn't get a slowdown. But yeah, here we are at this turn. This turn is critical. You want to make sure that you hit that jump just perfectly, otherwise you will slow down. We see Sora getting it really nice actually. Fighting for position 1 with Gara. But we see Suptimo with a local 1, a 101.6. I think that is a pretty decent time. Don't know because I can't see deadies or anything, but I'm just going off my knowledge. I think it's a decent time. And we see Suptimo in 3rd fighting with Vinny still. So we see Smurf's team finishing with the most points right now if it ended. They are in 2nd and 4th actually. Let's go behind. We see Cheese in his first race. He's in 5th. He's about, I would say, a second or more behind the leaders of this race. So he's still in fighting distance. Only takes one mistake for these players to lose over a second. And I think we're in the 4th lap already. 3rd or 4th lap. Sora's still in the lead. Gara not too far behind, maybe 0.3. Here we have this long downhill with another U-turn. This map has a lot of U-turns in it. So you have to be really consistent and keep your focus on this map. There's no really time to rest your fingers or rest anywhere. You full focus everywhere. This map is really demanding. One mistake by not driving it perfectly will cause you to lose a lot of time. So this map punishes you really hard. See Vinny going up to 3rd actually, but Suptimo's still right there with him, fighting for it. All 4 players within 2 seconds of each other, so this is a really nice fight for top 4. Heading into the 5th lap, I would say. Actually 4th. Going down to the bottom, TXT is in a race by himself, it looks like. I don't see anyone next to him in 7th place, so kind of in no man's land here. No one really close to him. So as long as he doesn't make many mistakes, he will keep his position. Yukuzi's in last. Kind of surprising actually. I know he trained this map a lot. So it's kind of not a good start for him. Going back to the lead, Sora still within 0.5 of a second to Gara. Oh, now he's caught up a lot. Fighting each other, both inside and out. Ooh, Sora, there he goes. He got the slowdown. That's what I was talking about. He didn't get the ramp perfectly, and because of that, he slowed down. So now he actually falls down to 3rd behind Vinny. So we have Smurf's team in first and second position right now. So they will gain the most amount of points you can possibly get if they finish like this. I think first place gets 25 points and then second gets 21. So the most points you can obtain in the race is 46. But Sora fighting back, retains second place. But Vinny's not far behind, still within 0.1 of a second, I would say. Optimal's not far behind. We're going into this uphill now that you want to FS. It can be tricky to time it perfectly. If you don't have the right amount of speed or you have a lot of speed, it can be hard to judge the amount of full speed that you have to do. Oh, we see Gara making a mistake actually at the end there. So now it's just only 0.1 of a second, I would say, between them and top 3. Sora still fighting with Vinny here for second place. Just within 0.1 of a second. Ooh, Gara touched. He touched in the U-turn. And actually, just because of that small mistake, he's in 4th. He only lost about 1 second, maybe less. But this race for first is so close that he's actually in 4th now. So we'll see if he can fight back, claw his way back to first. But yeah, this is a good race for top 4. Cheese is in 5th here, but he's around 2 seconds at least behind, so I would say the top 4 are within their own race right now. Yeah, TXT is in 6th place, his teammate. He's around 5 seconds behind Cheese. So not really a close race going on for the bottom half of the pack here. It's really just between top 4. We see top 3 within, they're all inside each other. It's so close. You can't really call who's in first. Garo is in 4th and he's only around 0.1 of a second behind. But he did have a bad turn there actually in the U-turn, so he will lose some time. He's around 0.2 a second behind now. And I think we're in lap 7. So we're almost near the halfway of the race. Still a little bit to go. Optimal with a really good turn there. Catapults himself into first place. Ooh, Sora touched. Sora touched on the just before the uphill actually. So he will lose some time there and he's in 4th place now. And what was that? I thought I saw someone going backwards, but maybe it was some lag. Ooh, Vinny touched. Oh, Vinny with a huge mistake. He clipped the wall, and then because of that, he mistimed the turn just after the start. So he will lose about 2 to 3 seconds with that, allowing Cheese to catch up. But as I say, that Cheese makes a mistake as well. So Vinny will be safe in 4th. But he is quite far behind the leaders now. So just at the top, it's Subtimal. He has about a 1.5 second lead over Vinny, or not Vinny, Gara I should say, and Sora. Sora fighting with Gara for second place. Both within about 0.1 of each other. Going back to this uphill turn. Want to make sure you have it smooth, not go too wide. Both getting it perfect. Coming up to this weird transition here. Sora taking over second place over Gara, heading into the 8th lap here. Optimal gaining more on his opponents. He's about 1.6, 1.7, almost 2 seconds in the lead now. So Optimal doing a great job, consistent wise, and probably driving fast times. Let me see what the locals are. So yeah, Supti still has the first local in the race with a 101.64. Nobody has driven faster. Gara is just behind with a 101.76. So these two are clearly the fastest drivers in the league so far in this group, and they're 1 and 2 right now. Okay. Sora still right inside of Gara actually. And actually takes that turn a lot better than Gara, so he will pass him. Let's try to look down below the bottom half and see what's going on. We have the drifted members, Shax and Kamikaze in 7th and 8th, so not the best race for their team. But then again, they might not be well trained, or they are driving from Australia, so it's really early in the morning for them. They might be tired and other stuff. Ooh, Kazakazi did that ramp transition at the end really badly. He will get passed by Yakuzi actually for 9th place. So not a good ending by Kamikaze. Subtimo's still in the lead actually. Sora in 2nd. Gara in 3rd. Gara is only about 0.3 of a second behind Sora. So it's been close the entire race, I would say, between the top 3. Vinny has made a couple mistakes and he's in 4th and he's about 2 seconds behind. So he has to rely on a mistake maybe from the other 3 players to catch up. We see Sora driving a new local 101.53, so he's getting in the groove of this map, I would say. And he's catching up on Supti really quickly. Supti's within 0.5 now, maybe even less. Heading into this U-turn here. There's different ways you can take it to get the most amount of speed. I'm not sure which way is the fastest. I just go inside. We see both players doing that as well. Something with a good line there actually. Got the U-turn really good. Will extend his lead to about 0.5, 0.6 of a second over Sora. Sora not far behind actually. Ooh, I think Gara might have wall touched, but he still has a good amount of speed. But he didn't lose much there. So this map is weird where the players meet each other at a certain part of the map. So some players look like they're going backwards, but they're not, which is a cool feature of this. But we see Supti with a 101.89, so he's actually he's going fast as well. Both players are getting consistently faster as the race progresses. So we'll see what these players can do, if they can catch each other or who will make the first mistake. Vinny is in his own race. There's no really fight with him for 4th place. Same with Cheese. Both are about 3 seconds within each other. No one really close behind or in front. Not much going on with them. Shaq's still in 7th, way behind the 6th player. It's hard to even tell how far he's behind. I would say 10 seconds. But we have the Bob team in 5th and 6th, so doing pretty decent. Smurfs in 3rd and 4th. TWE with 2nd place and 10th, so they're pretty spread out for their team. Supti is the only driver for his team, I think. So it's pretty important if he gets first here, because he's only going to get 1 player's worth amount of points. So it's good that he's in first at least, ensuring that his team will get the most amount of points for only having 1 driver. But in terms of total team points, I think Smurfs is in the lead so far because they have 3rd and 4th. So they will get a decent amount of points and still pass Supti in total points. Ooh, Supti with a mistake. I think he might have wall touched. Thora passes him actually. Thora with about 2.3 of a second lead over Supti. And Supti did not get good speed out of that transition there, so he will lose even more time. Sora gaining a lot of speed out of that ending. Heading into the 14th lap. So we only have about 10 more laps to go. We're already halfway over the race. And we still have a close race for top 3. Sora only about 2 seconds ahead of Gara, and he's in 3rd. So anything can happen between these 3 players. One tiny mistake and you will lose a lot of time. We see Supti risking a bit, but not gaining much. Both players risking a lot, I would say. and Gara still in third, holding steady. His teammate is in fourth, so they should. Well, I don't know if they can see each other in the race actually. So they might not even know what position their teammates are in. But at this position, Smurfs will have the most points. Sora's still in the lead, fighting Supti. Really haven't had much changing in terms of the time. Still about 0.6 of a second behind, maybe 1 second. I think Supti lost a lot of speed there in the U-turn. Didn't have the greatest amount of speed, I think, in the tunnel. Oh, and he just touched. He just touched before the dirt section. Didn't make a huge mistake, but Gar will pass him now. But Gar up to second place. Supti drops down to third. But Supti had a nice amount of speed there. He's only about 0.1 of a second behind. Here we go into this transition. Let's see who does it better. Ooh, I think Gar got it better with the inside line. Has more speed than Supti. So he will gain 0.2 of a second on him. Coming up to these U-turns here, let's see who will do it better. Supti going for an inside line. Doesn't get a lot of speed, but will gain a little bit on Gara. Gara going wider here. Ooh, Gara clipped the ledge, I think, actually. He had an inside line, which I think was better, but he clipped the inside of the ledge, and because of that, he lost some speed. And he also didn't get the greatest U-turn there. Didn't have enough speed to get it smooth. So Supti up to second again, and he's about 0.4, 0.5 a second ahead of Gara, but still really close. Sora gaining momentum here on Supti. He's about over a second ahead of him. So Sora having a really good race so far. Hasn't made a lot of mistakes, and he's driving really consistent as well. I think he doesn't have local 1. He has a 101.53 still. Supti's still with the fastest time with a 101.389. So Sora just driving really consistently so far, not making any mistakes, and that's what makes allowing him to be in first position here. Still very close for top 3. Other than that, there's not really any close races. Yeah, not even for 8th and 9th. It's still very spread out. Shax is close to Yakuzi for 7th place. Shax is only about 2 or 3 seconds in front of Yakuzi. So something could still happen there. And Cheese is not far in front of TXT, his teammate, actually, for 5th place. They're only about 1.5 seconds in between each other, and as I say that, TXT makes a mistake before the uphill, so he loses some time there, and he opts to drift that uphill, actually. Guess he didn't think he would make it, otherwise I don't see why he would drift that. Once again, we still have top 3 really close between each other. Sora in first, Supti in second, Gara in third. Following Gara here, he's still within 1 second of Supti, but not really gaining much. I think both players are driving around the similar times here, not making mistakes. They might know that they have decent leads, or they can just safe it now. I think they feel comfortable with their lines. They don't want to risk it, because this map will punish you for risking too much. Sora gaining time on Supti still. I mean, they haven't really had any changes in differences here. Sora still about 1.2, 1.3 seconds ahead, I would say. Driving consistent. And I think we're on the 19th lap here, so only about 5 laps to go in the final laps of this race, so you can see the light at the end of the tunnel soon. I think they know what lap they're on, the drivers. but it's hard to know. As spectators, we can't see anything. We can only judge by the lap time, the time that they have been driving. We have been driving for 20 minutes now, so I would say they're on the 20th lap, or heading into their 20th lap actually. Sora still in first, Supti second, Gara third, Vinny fourth, Cheese fifth, TXT sixth, Shax I should say, seventh, Yakuzi eighth, Kamikaze ninth, and Iconex 10th. I haven't seen many position changes at all this entire race. I think all the players have stayed steady within their positions. Not much has changed. So, not really exciting from that perspective. Okay, really? Okay. Okay, so we are in lap 19 actually, not 20. We still have, Sora with a wall touch there. Supti gaining a little time here actually. He's within 1 second. Or maybe just at a second. But now they're heading into the 20th lap. 4 laps left to go. Very close race still here. Anything can happen between these two players. One tiny mistake. Really, 23? Okay, well, someone's telling me that there's only 23 laps, not 24. I don't know why that would be the case, but if it is, we'll just go with it. We'll see at the end of the race how many laps they have driven. Yakuzi, I just saw him actually almost make a mistake in the tunnel there. Had to adjust his line. 24. So there is 24, not 23. Blame S for that. Telling me the wrong information. So there is 24 laps, as usual. And let's see. Gara still very close between Supti. He's within striking distance. Still hoping for a mistake from Suptimo, but if Suptimo continues to drive relatively safe and not make many mistakes, it's going to be really hard for Gara to come back. If Vinny's around 8 or 9 seconds behind Gara for third place, so he's in a really tough spot. He can just safe it and finish fourth. He doesn't have a lot of distance between him and Cheese. I should say there's a lot of distance between them. So he can relax and just safe. Doesn't have to worry about being overtaken. Sora still, I think he's driving a lot quicker than Supti. Or Supti's just making tiny mistakes here. And we see Kamikaze almost being overlapped actually by Sora and Supti now here. So we have our first overlap of the entire tournament. Kamikaze is a really good player, but I don't think he trained at all. So I think this is why he's being overlapped here. Because I think if he's trained, he can be a really good, consistent player. Oh, Supti with a wall touch there. Didn't get the best transition. He didn't get it smooth. And as a result, he touched the wall there. So Sora will extend his lead now to over 2 seconds, I would say. So Sora can do a bit of saving here. Doesn't need to risk a lot. Can just drive safe and finish first. I don't know if he knows how far ahead he is of Subtimal, but he has the room to save here. Oh, that's the end of the race actually. Sora finishes first, Supti second, Gara third, Vinny will finish fourth. Well, that's kind of lame that I couldn't see the laps. I didn't know they were actually finishing. So Vinny fourth. Cheese will get fifth. His teammate TXT only about 1 second behind them, but Cheese will get fifth, TXT will get sixth. Yakuzi not having the best race, I would say. Looked really decent in the warm-ups, but didn't have that strong of a race when it mattered. He will finish 7th. And we have the two Drifting players that will finish 8th and 9th, the last two positions. So yeah, overall, I would say top 4 had a really good race. It was really close between them throughout the entirety of it. Not making many mistakes and driving really consistent. As far as the others go, nothing changed between them the entire race. They stayed the same, really. No position changes or anything to speak of. And we have Iconex for TWE finishing 9th here. I think he's on his last lap, actually. So we have a TWE finishing first, and we have a TWE finishing last. So they will only get a lot of points for the first position. I think our team will finish with the most amount of points in this group for the first Playday, finishing 3rd and 4th. And that's it. Open League 1 is done. Yeah. Now we will have a warm-up. Oh, okay. So we will take a small break. There's going to be about a 15-minute warm-up for the next group, so we'll be right back.
Hellcat. Coming like a hell.
Alright, welcome back everybody, and here we are with the final cast of today of the ESL CEP Kenyan Endurance Premiership. This is Open League 2, and in Open League 2, the teams are Door to CEP, No Train, Pain Apples, the Smurfs' third team, Nims and Girls, and Twister Eagles. And the map is by Gara. No, of course not. This map is by Gara and it's called Vexilium. Vexilium. I'm not quite sure about the name because I haven't really trained these maps, but I can say that of all the maps, this one is the easiest. It's also the shortest. It's about 10 seconds shorter than the rest. So I expect a very close race because of the map's difficulty, but we'll see. And we are about to start actually. So good luck, have fun to all. I'll follow Zenob in the start here. I'm sorry again that we are not able to see CPUs or lap times. They expect to have that fixed by next week, so unfortunately we have to just look at the scoreboard and tell by that who's in the lead and positions and whatever. So hopefully we'll have that fixed next week and it'll be better to stream and spectate. But here we go, into the start. This map does have a really difficult start, I would say. That's one of the parts of the maps that you can easily lose a lot of time on if you don't do it correctly, or you get an auto slide from a downhill. Here we have Shadow in the lead at the start here. Shadow, I would say, is pretty trained, and he's also really fast, so I expected him to be near the top of the leaderboard in this race, but we'll see what happens. Right behind him we have the two no-train players, Matterford and Hecker. Don't know if they're actually no-trained or not, that's just their team name, but it looks like they might be trained. So we'll see how they do in this race. We have Manny from Team Door right behind them, and we have Benzo fighting with him for 4th place. So we have 4 Door members actually behind Shadow, and they're all within 2 seconds of each other. Ooh, we see Shadow losing time here. I think he clipped the wall maybe. So he drops down to 3rd place, losing positions to the 2 no-train players. So this is a really good start for Hecker and Matterford. And this is a really easy map, so I don't expect to see a lot of mistakes. Just maybe a couple wrong turns or the way you take it to lose some speed. We see Shadow fighting back here, overtaking Hecker for 2nd place, a lot more speed. Ooh, Matterford going really close there on that narrow road. Almost clipped. Shadow going for the inside line there. Opts to not go for the speed. Gets a really nice line on the downhill. Will gain on Matterford. Into this U-turn section. This part is FS. And we have this part. Just want to land as smooth as possible and get this drift really early. This part you want to go really high on and get a lot of speed like Shadow does. Carries his drift as long as he can to get the most speed out of it, and will pass Matterford as a result of it. So Matterford drops to 2nd place here. I think we're on the 3rd lap already. Ooh, Matterford almost crashed. Had to readjust his drift there, but he will lose some time to Shadow. Going down the list, we have Zenob in 6th and Aseko in 7th, both having a battle here. Ooh, Hecker, what happened to him? He makes a huge mistake, and I think he dropped down to 7th now, behind Aseko and Zenob. So he made a big mistake and lost a couple seconds there. In 8th place, we have Stereo Gang, just behind Hecker now. About 2.2 of a second, actually. 9th place, we have Metsu Smurf from the 3rd Smurfs team. And right behind him is his teammate, Shobaris, about 1 second behind him. And then at 11th, we have TWE Wolf. And then in 12th, we have TWE Cantarang. So we have this 3rd Smurfs team in 9th and 10th, and then we have TWE in 11th and 12th. Catarang really far behind already. He might get overlapped in this race. We'll see what happens. But going back to the top here, we have Shadow in 1st, Matterford in 2nd, and Manny in 3rd actually. Matterford is about 1.2 seconds ahead of, or behind Shadow actually, I should say. Still close there, within striking distance. He doesn't go for the long drift there. He opts to cancel his drift, so I think he is losing some time there to Shadow. See what the times we have so far. The fastest time of the race so far is actually by Matterford with a 51.468. I think that is a really good time. I believe the Deddy is 50.7, if I recall. I'm not sure who it's by. I think it might be by Andre Fry. So he's on a consistent, solid time right now. We'll see if he can keep that up or even drive faster during the race. But he's losing time here to Shadow, I think. I would say he's over 1.5, maybe even 2 seconds behind now. Manny is in 3rd. He's around 1.2, maybe more actually, 2 seconds behind Matterford here. His teammate Benzo is not far behind him, within 0.5 of each other. So a really solid start for the Door team actually. We have the same positions as the Smurfs team from last race. They're in 3rd and 4th together. So if it stays like this, it will have a lot of points actually. The Aseko, I'm not sure what team he drives for actually. He might... Okay, so he's in Painapple's team, the Stereo Gang, right? I believe Stereo Gang. Okay. Hard to know because they don't have the tags on or anything. So I'm just going off the names I see. Hackers will gain a position. He was in 7th, he's in 6th, so he has passed Zenob. Zenob made a mistake, I think, because he's around 2 seconds behind Hecker. But Hecker is fighting for 5th place with Aseko right now. He's only about 0.3 of a second behind, heading into this U-turn. Ooh, did not get a good line there actually. We'll lose some time here. This downhill is pretty critical. If you get an auto drift, you will lose a lot of time. I'm not sure exactly how much time, but yeah, Matterford did make a mistake. I just saw it looking on Hecker's car that he lost position to Aseko, so he's in 4th place. So the 2 No Train players are in 4th and 5th together, or 5th and 6th actually. So Aseko overtaking Matterford for the 4th place. Can see the 2 door members in front of him. So just one tiny mistake by them, and he will pass. But we see Shadow with a huge lead over 2nd place now, almost 4 seconds I would say. So he has a very comfortable lead here. He probably is driving fast times, but the Deddies aren't updating. Or maybe he is driving consistently around his PB on this local. But he's driving really fast. I believe we're in the 8th lap, I think. See the 2 door members in the 3rd still, actually gaining positions because of mistakes by Hecker and Matterford. So we have the 2 door members in 2nd and 3rd, the new 2 No Train players in 4th and 5th. So really nice race by them. Oh yeah, the 2 No Train players are actually having a really intense ball. Matterford just in front of Hacker, but not anything really inside of each other. Hiker with a really wide line there. Almost crashed, but he saved it. Matterford getting a really nice line there. So he will gain a little speed on Hecker. But still, their positions don't matter if they change because they're both from the same team. It only matters if they overtake people from another team. So they can live with this battle that they have going on and not worry about who's in front. Benzo has gone up to second place. I think he was in third, but he has overtaken his teammate Manny. But they are also having a fight for second place. Two members from the same team. Really interesting to see that. But they are really far behind Shadow. He's got about a 2-3 second lead, or more actually. Going down the list, we have Zenob in 6th. He is about 1 second ahead of Stereo Gang, but there's not a lot in front of him. So he's kind of in a no man's land situation as well, where he has to rely on mistakes from people in front of him to catch them. But he doesn't have a lot of room to make an error himself because Stereo Gang is only around 1.5 seconds behind him. Behind Stereo Gang, we have Shobris, who's about 1 second behind him. 9th place, we have Metu Smurf, about his teammate. Really, Shobris making a small mistake there, but didn't really gain much. Metu Smurf in 9th position here with his teammate Shobris. Oh, what happened to Seiko? He's in 10th. He was in like 6th position or even 4th, I can't remember actually. But he made a huge mistake. I didn't see it. He's in 10th now. And we have the 2WE members at 11th and 12th. So they are in last positions. Not the best race for them. I'm not sure if they trained or not. Doesn't look like it. I know that they are a team that usually just shows up to these races and plays for fun. They don't really focus on winning anything. They just play for fun. So it's good to see them. Let's go back to the leader, Shadow here. In his own race, really. No one really close to him. Manny is in 2nd, but he's around 5 seconds behind him. So Manny has to rely on a mistake from Shadow here to catch up, I think. Because Shadow is driving the fastest and the most consistent out of everyone so far. And I believe we're in the 11th lap or 10th lap. Hard to know with these lap times. It's a very short map, so the lap times are really around 50 seconds, under a minute, as opposed to the last 2 maps that were over a minute each. But Shadow is going to overlap the first player here, Katarang, very shortly. It's just a matter of time, I think. Shadow coming up to this U-turn into this downhill. Having a lot of speed, getting a really nice line here. Oh yeah, as I just switched to Hacker, he was having no speed actually. So he lost a position to his teammate, Matterford. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So Hacker is in 5th now. It showed 4th for me, but now it switched. So Benzo lost a position to his teammate Manny as well. He was in 2nd, but he made a mistake. But again, they're both teammates from the same team, so it doesn't really matter who's in 2nd or 3rd. They can just safe and finish with these positions. Shadow's teammate Zenob is in 6th. So I think because of that, they won't have the most amount of points. Team Door will have the most if it stays like this. They have 2nd and 3rd. And then Team No Train is in 4th and 5th. I think they will be tied with Nims and Girls if it finishes like this. But we will see. We have Stereo Gang about 0.4 seconds behind Zenob, if I had the rough guess. Chobaris in 8th. Metsu in 9th, his teammate. Seiko still in 10th after that huge mistake. Not really much in front of him, and not much behind him. He's got a huge lead over Wolf in 11th here. So I think TWE will be overlapped maybe once or twice in this race by the leaders. We see Wolf being chased here by Shadow in first place. Will be overlapped soon. Manny's around 5 or 6 seconds behind Shadow still, so losing time as well on him. Has to hope for a mistake from Shadow, but Shadow has not made many mistakes. I think he only has that one wall touch in the beginning of the race, and that is it. And as I said, this map is easier than the others, so a lot of players will be fast and consistent here. One mistake can have a huge impact on your race if the others do not make mistakes. They have Team Door in 2nd and 3rd, Team No Train in 4th and 5th. Nims has 1st and 6th. We have the other Nims team, Pineapples, in 7th and 10th, and then we have Team Smurfs 3 in 8th and 9th, and then TWE in 11th, 12th. So a lot of similarities between this race and last, with a lot of the team members right next to each other in positions here, and also not a lot of position changes. But the fight for 2nd through 4th is really entertaining because they're only within 2 seconds of each other. So Matterford can actually catch these guys if he decides to risk it here. I believe we are in lap. Ooh, Matterford makes a huge mistake. Went too inside and clipped the wall, and he will lose a lot of time on Team Door here. He doesn't have to worry about losing a position to his teammate Hacker here, which he will lose, because aforementioned they are in the same team, but he will lose a lot of time, and that's unfortunate for them because they had 2 members in sight that they could have got positions on. But unfortunately, they will have to try to claw back their way into this race if they want to get more points. Oh, Matterford with another mistake. Another wall touch in the tunnel. Has a little speed here in this U-turn. And let's see. Yeah, Manny is just losing more and more time on Shadow. Around 8 or 9 seconds almost. So Shadow can just safe at this point. He has nothing to worry about. He's driving so fast and so consistent. He doesn't need to worry about what's going on behind him. I think he knows he's in the lead, but I'm not sure if he knows how far behind they are. Who? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't really matter. They're both in the same team. It's just a nice fight that they're having. I think at this point, the Door team should just safe it. They have a good lead over Team No Train, and they are really far behind Shadow. So at this point, they should just try and go for the safe and just finish where they are. Get as many points as they possibly can. They don't need to risk. Risking at this point is unnecessary. I think they know that. The Matterford about 1.5 seconds behind his teammate Hacker here. So he has made a couple mistakes after that really big crash. But as long as he keeps his position, Team No Train will get a lot of points as well. Zenob is not really close to him. He's around 3 seconds, 4 seconds behind Matterford. I think Zenob has been in 6th position this entire race. I think he's been consistently staying in the position while top 5 has been slightly changed around. But he has been racing with Shobris for quite a while now. Shobris is still in 7th position. You can still see Zenob in his view, but it's around 2 seconds, so he has to hope for a mistake by Zenob. Otherwise, he will finish in 7th as well. Let's see. Ooh, I think Stereo Gang made a mistake because he's in 9th now. He was around 7th or 8th position last time I saw him. So he's with his teammate now, Seiko, for 9th and 10th place here. Really interesting because we have, I think, 5 teams all together each other. We have Door in 3rd and 4th, or 2nd and 3rd actually. We have Team No Train in 4th and 5th. We have Smurfs 3 in 7th and 8th. Pain Apples in 9th and 10th, and TWE in 11th and 12th. So the only team that isn't next to each other is Team Nims and Girls, with Shadow in 1st and Zenob in 6th, which is really interesting. You don't usually see this, where all these teams are together with their teammates. Usually you have a cluster, but not this race. Shadow with a really big lead over Manny, just increasing every lap now. But still, he isn't improving on his PB. I don't know what his PB actually is. He has a local on the server, but he hasn't improved it at all. So he's just driving consistent for this race, and it's paying off because he has around a 10 or 11 second lead over 2nd place. Manny's teammate Benzo is right behind him, only about 1 second. They can have a fight here, but I think they understand that they're right next to each other, probably on TeamSpeak or something. Usually when you race with a teammate, you want to know how they're doing or want to call out if people make mistakes, so most likely they're using some type of team chat to know where they are. Hacker not far behind Benzo actually, and he just improved his local with a 51.476. So he's, yeah, Benzo wall touched actually, and Hacker will catch up. Interesting to see if Hacker will catch him, as we are heading into the final laps of this race. Only about 4 or 5 laps left to go. Hacker not really risking, just going for really safe lines here. Opts to go for a really wide drift here, gain as much speed as he can. He takes it really inside at that part. Different line, I would say, than most. Most want to go really high on that DP there and then get as much speed out of the next drift as possible. The race is over. The race is over. What is... Okay, well, the race is over. Shadow in 1st, Manny in 2nd, Benzo in 3rd, Hacker 4th, Matterford 5th, Zenob 6th, Showbris 7th, Metsu in 8th, Aseko 9th, Stereo in 10th, Wolf will finish 11th, and Katarang will get 12th. So yeah, the race finished, but because the laps were so short that I didn't know by the lap times what lap they were on, because they only showed 20 minutes. So it was hard to know if that was the final lap or... Yeah, it's just really hard to follow the laps that they're on. So I'm sorry for that. Kind of bad ending, but from the lap positions, it was pretty much easy to call who was going to win. Shadow had a huge lead and just kept going from there.
It was a good race.
Yeah, it was a good race. We see a lot of teams finishing right next to their teammates, so I think
Indeed.
Door will have the most amount of points since they finished 2nd and 3rd. Team No Train will be maybe 2nd, tied with Nims and Girls. I'm not sure how the points will work out because Shadow got 1st and Zenob got 6th, but they will be close to each other. Team Smurfs will be around 3rd or 4th with Pain Apples, and TW will be definitely last since they finished in the last 2 positions. And that's it, GG. Batarang finishes.
Yeah, all races
Good race.
done
So yeah,
for today.
openly, Playday 1 is over now.
Yeah.
And it was a really good... So I think next week, I'm not sure, let me see. So next week, the first group to play will be... let me look here.
Open League 1,
So
right?
Yeah, Open League 2 will be first
Oh, okay.
next week. That will be followed by Premier League. and then Open League 1 will be last. And the maps for next week are hybrid for Open League 2. So they will be playing the map that Premier League played today. Open League 1 will play Vexium, which is the map you just saw, played by Open League 2. And then Premier League will be playing Simple, which was the map played by Open League 1. So that's it. Thanks for watching.
Indeed. Bye, guys.